The great palace of the Cerulean Empire floated silently above the purple clouds of the planet Thalzer. It was a massive building, shaped like a shining crystal star. Inside its shining halls, Queen Seralith walked slowly, her long silver hair flowed behind her, and her bright blue eyes shone with calm power. Around her stood many Cerulean guards. They were tall and slim, with pale skin and long fingers. They wore flowing robes that glimmered with colors that changed in the light. But the one guard who walked closest to the queen was different. He was human. His name was Marcus Reeve. Marcus was not tall like the Ceruleans. He was shorter and stronger. His skin was darker and rougher from years of training on Earth. He wore a simple black uniform with the symbol of the Cerulean Empire on his chest. His brown eyes were sharp and careful. Unlike the Ceruleans, Marcus could not be read by psychic powers. This made him special, a perfect guard for a queen who had many secret enemies. Tonight, the palace was quiet but tense. The stars outside the tall windows blinked cold and distant. Seralith was going to her private chamber. Normally, no one worried when the queen went there. It was her safe place, where only a few trusted people were allowed. But Marcus knew something terrible. He had heard a secret. The voice came through the palace's psychic network. It was a low, dark whisper between Prince Kaelern, the queen's husband, and a shadowy assassin. The words were like poison. She will die tonight. The chamber will be her tomb. Marcus's heart beat fast. He had no proof, only what his ears had heard. The Ceruleans trusted their psychic powers completely. They never thought a human could know or stop anything. But Marcus knew the truth. The queen was in danger. As the queen passed through the wide hallways, Marcus suddenly stepped forward. "Your Majesty," he said quickly, "please don't go into your chamber." Seralith stopped. She looked at him with surprise. "Marcus, why do you say this?" "What do you mean?" Marcus swallowed hard. His voice was low but firm. "Your husband wants to kill you." The words echoed in the cold hall. Seralith's eyes widened. "My husband, Prince Kaelern. Impossible. He is loyal and true." "I overheard a secret conversation," Marcus said. "I plan to kill you tonight, in your chamber. Please believe me." The queen's mind raced. She was the most powerful telepath in the Empire. If there was a plot, she would have sensed it. Yet, something in Marcus's eyes told her he was not lying. "Show me proof," she said. Marcus reached into a hidden pocket and pulled out a small device. It was like a thin crystal, glowing softly. "This is a psychic recorder. I hacked into a private channel. Caught the conversation between Kaelern and the assassin." Seralith took the device carefully. She activated it. A whispery voice filled the room. The words, the dark tone, the plan to kill her, all clear. Her face grew pale. "You heard this?" she whispered. Marcus nodded. "Yes. You must not go to your chamber. Please come with me." The queen hesitated. Her mind was a storm of doubt and fear. Could she trust a human? Could she trust Marcus? She took a deep breath. "Lead the way," Marcus bowed and stepped ahead. The queen followed quietly, her silver hair flowing like a river. They moved quickly, not along the normal halls, but through secret underground passages. These tunnels were built long ago for times of war or betrayal. Few knew of them now. As they walked, Marcus explained, "Humans like me have watched your empire for years. We see what others do not. We cannot be controlled by psychic minds, so we can hear and hide secrets." Seralith listened. She never thought humans were more than tools, but now she saw courage and wisdom in this man's eyes. Suddenly Marcus stopped at a heavy door. "Here," he said. "This is the secure vault. I can hide you here safely." The queen nodded and entered. The door closed behind her with a heavy sound. Inside, the vault was cold and bright. It was empty, except for a small console in the center. Marcus activated the console. Screen lit up, showing hidden cameras around the palace. The images were black and white, but clear. "Look," Marcus said. "These cameras show Prince Kaelern's movements. His guards near your chamber. They wait for the assassin. Saralith watched the screen. Her heart sank. How long has this been going on? She asked. Longer than you think, Marcus said. Your husband wants power. He thinks he can rule without you. Saralith closed her eyes. She felt a cold wave of betrayal. Why tell me this? She asked quietly. Marcus looked her in. Eyes, because you are a queen, but also because I believe humans and Ceruleans can work together. Your people deserve truth. You deserve safety. The queen opened her eyes slowly. She saw something new. Hope suddenly. Alarms blared through the vault. Security breach, a voice shouted. Marcus's eyes flashed. They know I'm here. We have little time. Saralith stood tall. Then we must act. Together. Marcus smiled for the first time. Yes, Your Majesty. Together. They rushed out of the vault and into the dark tunnels. Outside, the palace was alive with flashing lights and armed guards. The queen and her human guard had become fugitives in their own home. But Marcus had a plan, and Saralith had a choice to trust a human, fight her own husband, and change the fate of the empire forever. Queen Saralith and Marcus hurried through the dark underground tunnels. The walls glowed faintly with soft blue light guiding their steps. The palace above was now on high alert. Every guard was searching for them. Every mind in the palace was trying to find the queen, but the humans were hard to find. Unlike Ceruleans, Marcus's mind could not be read. He moved silently, like a shadow. Saralith followed him closely, her heart pounding with fear and hope. How do you know so much? Saralith asked, breaking the silence. Marcus looked ahead, careful. Humans have been watching your empire for a long time. We've learned your ways, your secrets. We don't trust your rulers, especially not Prince Kaelern. Saralith frowned. Prince Kaelern is my husband. I trusted him. He betrayed you, Marcus said simply. Wants power. Believes killing you will make him emperor. But he underestimates us humans. Saralith's eyes grew sharp. Why did you tell me? You could have stayed hidden. Marcus smiled slightly. Because you are the queen. And I believe humans and Ceruleans can be friends, or more than that. We can build a better empire together. Saralith studied him. For centuries, her people had seen humans as weak and simple. Now she saw strength and courage. She felt a strange respect for this ape who called himself human. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed behind them. Heavy footsteps approached fast. Guards, Marcus hissed. We have to move. They ran deeper into the tunnels, twisting and turning. The sound of shouting grew louder. They came to a small room filled with strange machines. Marcus pressed a hidden button. The door slid open, revealing a hidden lift. This will take us to a secret part of the palace, Marcus said. A place where no one goes? Saralith nodded and stepped inside. Marcus followed. The lift moved quickly downward. When the doors opened, they saw a large underground garden. Strange plants with glowing leaves grew in the soft soil. The air smelled fresh and cool. Saralith took a deep breath. This place is beautiful. Marcus smiled. It's one of the few secrets your palace holds. They walked slowly among the plants. Saralith's mind was racing. She had to find a way to stop her husband and save her people. Suddenly, Marcus stopped. There's someone you should meet. From the shadows stepped a tall figure, his skin darker than Marcus's, his eyes bright and curious. This is General Cade, Marcus said. He leads the human network inside your empire. We call ourselves the Watchers. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. Saralith looked at Cade with surprise. Humans have a secret army inside my empire. Cade nodded. Yes, Your Majesty. They've hidden for years, waiting for the right time to help. Saralith felt a new hope growing inside her. Maybe she was not alone after all. But suddenly, an alarm blared through the garden. They found us. Marcus said grimly. Saralith grabbed a small weapon from Cade. It was light but powerful. We must fight, she said, her voice steady. Marcus nodded. We fight for truth. We fight for freedom. The doors burst open. Cerulean guards poured in, glowing weapons raised. The battle began. Marcus and Cade fought fiercely. Marcus used Fast, clever moves learned on Earth. The Ceruleans were surprised by his strength and skill. Sarilith, though not a warrior, used her sharp mind and the strange weapon to defend herself. She moved quickly, dodging and striking when she could, despite being outnumbered. The humans held their ground. Suddenly Sarilith saw Prince Kalern enter the garden. His eyes were cold and full of anger. "You will not stop me," he said. "Empire will be mine." Sarilith stood tall. "You were wrong, Kalern. The Empire belongs to all its people, not just one man." Kalorn laughed cruelly. "And what can a human and a scared queen do against me?" Marcus stepped forward, ready to defend the queen. Kalern raised his hand, sending a wave of psychic power at Marcus. But Marcus did not flinch. His mind was like stone. The power had no effect. Surprised, Kalern snarled and attacked with his weapon. The fight was fierce and loud. Marcus and Kalern clashed in a battle of strength and will. Sarilith watched, her heart pounding at last. Marcus found an opening. With a quick move, he disarmed Kalern and pinned him to the ground. The Cerulean guards stopped fighting and looked on in shock. Sarilith stepped forward. "Kalern, you are under arrest for treason and attempted murder." Kalern's face twisted with rage. "You will regret this." But Sarilith was calm. "No, I will change this empire. I will make it stronger and fairer." With humans and Ceruleans, together, the guards lowered their weapons. The queen and her human guard had won. Marcus helped Sarilith up. "This is only the beginning, Your Majesty," as Sarilith smiled, feeling hope for the first time in years. "Yes, Marcus, we will build a new future." The palace was no longer the quiet, shining place it had been before. Now, it buzzed with tension and fear. Word spread fast Queen Sarilith was alive, and Prince Kalern had been arrested for trying to kill her. But not everyone believed it. Many Ceruleans whispered in the halls. Some said the queen was weak for trusting a human. Others said Kalern was a hero who only wanted to save the empire from a foolish ruler. The royal court was divided, and the Council of Thrones, where all leaders met, prepared for a great meeting. But deep inside the palace, Queen Sarilith sat with Marcus and General Cade. The underground garden was their secret meeting place. Here, they planned their next move. "We cannot just wait," Sarilith said. "Kalern has many allies. He will try to take power by force." Marcus nodded. "We need proof, hard proof that Kalern planned this assassination. We must show the council." "General," Cade agreed. "I have contacts inside the council. Some want to see Kalern fall." Sarilith smiled faintly. "Good, but we must be careful. A one wrong move, and Kalern will strike again." Marcus looked at the queen. "You're stronger than you think, Your Majesty." "I have to be, for my people." Suddenly, the sound of footsteps made them all tense. A small Cerulean woman stepped into the garden. Her eyes were sharp and curious. "I am Lady Nira," she said. "I want to help you." Marcus raised a hand. "Eyebrow, why should we trust you?" Nira smiled, "Because I believe in truth. I saw Kalern's plans. I could not stay silent." Sarilith nodded. "Well, come, Lady Nira. We need all the help we can get." Days passed. The palace was full of spies, rumors, and quiet fear. Marcus and the humans worked hard, gathering evidence. They hacked into secret chambers, found hidden messages, and talked to loyal allies. Meanwhile, Sarilith regained her strength and her mind. She learned more about the empire she ruled. She saw how many suffered under the old ways. She thought about real change. One night, as Sarilith and Marcus walked through the palace halls, Marcus said, "You've changed, Your Majesty. You don't fear the future." Sarilith smiled. "No, I fear the past, the lies, and silence. But now, I want to lead with truth." Suddenly, a loud alarm broke the quiet. "Security breach," a voice shouted. Marcus grabbed Sarilith's arm. "We have company." They hid behind a large pillar as armored guards rushed by. But one stopped, looking around. Marcus held his breath. Guard moved on. "That was close," Sarilith whispered. Marcus nodded. Kael'lern's forces are still strong. The next day, the Council of Thrones gathered in a grand hall. Leaders from many planets sat in high seats, their faces serious. Saralith entered with Marcus and Lady Nira. All eyes turned to her. She stood tall. "I am here to speak the truth." Whispers filled the room. Saralith continued, "My husband, Prince Kalorn, tried to kill me. I have proof." She raised the psychic recorder. "This device has the voices of his plot." The council gasped. Kalorn, sitting in chains, glared at her. "Lies," he shouted. "She is mad." Saralith held upper hand. "Listen." She played the recording. The room fell silent as the dark voices echoed. When it ended, Saralith said Kalorn wanted power. He betrayed his people. A voice called out, "Why did you trust a human guard with this secret?" Saralith smiled. "Because Marcus is more than a guard. He's a friend, a protector, and a warrior." Marcus stepped forward. "I am a human. My people have watched your empire. We see the truth, and we will stand for it." Some leaders nodded. Others scowled. Suddenly, Kalorn broke free from his chains and lunged at Saralosh. Marcus was ready. He fought Kalorn with fast moves and strength. The council watched. Shocked as a human and a Cerulean prince battled, Marcus won. Cologne was captured again. Saralith looked at the council. His empire can be better.
Now with humans and Ceruleans working together.
The leaders whispered and nodded. The trial was just beginning, but the Queen and Marcus had won a great battle. The grand hall of the Council of Thrones was filled with leaders from many worlds. The air buzzed with tension. Queen Saralith stood at the center, her silver hair glowing under the bright lights. Beside her stood Marcus Reeve, the human who had saved her life. Prince Kalorn, chained and defiant, glared at them both. The trial was about to begin. The High Chancellor, a tall Cerulean with shimmering robes, stepped forward. His voice echoed through the hall. "Prince Kalorn stands accused of treason. An attempted murder of Queen Saralith? The evidence has been heard. Now, Kalorn may speak in his defense." Kalorn's eyes flashed. "I am the true ruler of the Empire. Saralith is weak and unfit. I only tried to save our people from her foolishness." Murmurs ran through the crowd. Some leaders nodded in agreement. Others looked angry. Saralith raised her hand for silence. "The Empire needs strength, but not at the cost of betrayal. Kalorn's plan would have plunged us into chaos and death." Marcus stepped forward. "I am human. Do not understand your politics or power games, but I know loyalty and honor." Kalorn broke both. Kalorn sneered. "You are just a primitive ape. You cannot understand us." Marcus smiled coldly. "Maybe. But I understand courage, and I know the Queen is the true leader." The trial grew fierce. Evidence was shown, recordings, messages. Witness testimonies from loyal Ceruleans who had seen Kalorn's plans, but Kalorn was not without power. He had hidden allies who tried to break the trial with protests and threats. Suddenly, the doors burst open. A squad of elite guards rushed in, weapons drawn. Kalorn's supporters were trying to free him. Chaos exploded. Marcus and the Queen acted quickly. Marcus fought the guards with fast, strong moves. He used every skill from his years on Earth. The Ceruleans were surprised by his speed, strength. Saralith called on her own power, using psychic waves to stun the attackers together. They pushed the rebels back. The council was amazed. A human and a queen defending justice. The fight was fierce. But in the end, order was restored. The trial continued. Saralith spoke to the council. "This battle shows the danger of division. We must unite humans and Ceruleans together." Murmur of agreement spread. Marcus looked at Saralith. "We won a battle, but the war is not over." Saralith nodded. "We will rebuild. We'll change the Empire." She turned to Kalorn, who was now silent and defeated. "You will face justice, but the Empire will heal." The trial ended with a vote. The council declared Kalorn guilty of treason, who was sentenced to life imprisonment. As the crowd dispersed, Saralith and Marcus stood together. "Thank you," the Queen said softly. "For saving me, for believing in me," Marcus smiled. "I only did what was right." Sarilith looked out at the city lights beyond the palace walls. The Empire will be stronger because we face the truth. Marcus nodded. Because humans and Cerealians can be more than enemies. We can be allies. The night was quiet again, but the future was different. The Queen and her human guard had changed history. Together, they would lead the Empire into a new age. The heavy doors of the council chamber closed behind Queen Sarilith and Marcus as they walked into the bright room. The leaders of many planets sat on tall chairs, their faces serious and watchful. The air was thick with expectation. Today was the day. Sarilith would prove once and for all that the Empire must change and that humans deserved respect as partners, not servants. She stood tall in front of the council, her silver hair shining like a star. Stood her. Marcus stood strong, calm, and ready. Sarilith raised her voice so all could hear. Leaders of the Empire, I bring truth. A threat was hidden among us. A plan to destroy peace, to kill a queen. She held up the small crystal recorder. This device holds the proof. Recording of treason, of a husband's plot to kill his wife and seize power. Murmurs filled the room. Prince Kalern sat in chains, angry and defeated. Lies.
Lies.
Shouted, she twists the truth. Sarilith lifted her hand for silence. She pressed the play button. The soft voices of Kalern and his assassin echoed through the chamber. The cold, cruel words shocked the leaders. When it finished, Sarilith spoke again. Kalern betrayed us all. But today, we choose a new path. Marcus stepped forward. I am human. For years, my people watched silently, learning your ways, your strengths, and your weaknesses. We saw injustice in silence. We looked at the council. Humans have more to give than you thought. We are not servants. We are not tools. We are allies. A strong voice came from the back. Why should we trust humans? They are primitive, Sarilith answered firmly. Because they saved my life. Because they showed courage when others would not. A Cerealian elder nodded. The proof is here. Let us build together. Suddenly, Cologne tried to rise, his chains rattling. But Marcus was faster. He stepped between Kalern and the council. Fierce battle broke out. Marcus fought with skill and power. He dodged attacks and used his strength to protect the queen. Kalern's guards rushed forward. The council's soldiers helped stop them. After a fierce fight, Kalern was captured again. Silence fell. Sarilith spoke one last time. Today, we begin a new empire, one of truth, justice, and unity. She looked at Marcus and smiled. Together, we will rise. Months passed. The empire changed. Cerealians and humans worked. Side by side, new laws gave humans rights and voices. Marcus visited a small earth colony on the edge of the empire. The air was fresh, and green trees grew tall. Sarilith joined him. She smiled softly. Your people have given us hope. Marcus laughed. We learned from you too. A child ran to them, holding a small wrapped gift. Sarilith knelt.
Out.
This, the child grinned. A birthday gift. She looked at Marcus and said with a gentle smile, Don't go into your chamber. Your robot is hiding your gift. They all laughed. The empire was no longer a place of fear and betrayal. It was a place of hope. Because the queen and the human guard believed in each other. Because humanity had risen. Because together they were stronger.